Hi, my name is Veda Spidle, and welcome to Restore Nidra and Sound Healing. For today's class, you'll need quite a few props to be extra comfortable. You'll want to be practicing on a soft surface. We'll be doing a few gentle positions in the beginning, gentle poses that we'll be holding in a restorative way. I'll be demonstrating with as minimal props as I can because I do have a sprain and it's hard for me to move everything around. So I have about 4 blankets here. If you don't have regular yoga blankets, you can use blankets from home, you can use your sofa blankets, you can use bath towels. For added comfort, I also recommend for you to have a few pillows, an eye pillow for the sound healing, for Yoga Nidra, that might be really nice. If you don't have an eye pillow and want one, I recommend using a folded face towel instead. So for this practice, I will be playing bowls during the restorative portion and those short poses that we'll be doing in the beginning. And then I will play the bowls again at the end after the Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is yogic sleep, conscious deep guided meditation. So if you've never done it before, when we do get to Yoga Nidra, you want to be able to lay down in a really comfortable way. I'll kind of talk us through that and into a position where you won't be moving too much for the Nidra. So that way you can kind of have that deep dive inward. For those of you that would like to and are able to donate, you can donate to the Save a Project. The link is attached to this video. It's in the description. And if you're not able to donate, that's okay. Please continue to practice with us as we each are able to support each other in different ways. So please keep the self-care going. So we're going to start seated. That might look different from person to person. So today I'm sitting up on 2 blankets, supporting the outer edges of my legs with a blanket on either side to just support my ankle. This also can support hips. If you have tighter hips or your low back is kind of talking, you might want to sit up higher. You can be as high as I'm sitting. You might choose to sit up even higher. You want to sit in a way where your knees are not too much higher than the top of the hips. If you're sitting like this with the knees, it just means that you might need to prop yourself up a little bit higher. And you don't have to sit cross-legged either. You could sit with the feet to the floor. So any of that is fine. So come into a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes or a soft gaze. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Another deep breath in. Let it go. Taking these first few moments of class, these first few minutes to settle. Feel yourself in the space. Begin to become aware of the space that you're in. If there are any distractions, allow those distractions to fall to the background. Become aware of yourself, feel yourself in your body. Acknowledging yourself for showing up for this class, for your self-care. And taking a moment to energetically acknowledge your fellow Anahata yogis, your family, your friends, and other communities that you're a part of. Feel that connection. Feeling the sitting bones rooted, the floor, the props supporting you, holding you. Lengthen the spine, top of the head aligned over the pelvic floor. Soften the skin. And feel yourself breathing. Feeling the inhale, gently expand the belly, the navel drops forward. And as you exhale, gently draw the navel back. This is your belly breath. Deepening the breath, keeping it steady. And maybe doing your full deep breath, allowing the inhale to gently fill the belly, the ribs, the chest. The exhale releases chest, ribs, belly. Letting the breath fill the torso circumferentially, as if you're filling a glass of water from the base up, expanding the torso to all sides with your breath. And we bring the hands together at heart center, Anjali Mudra. We'll do 3 rounds of Om. You can join, you can hum, or you can just listen. Let's first inhale together. Side out. And inhale. Releasing the hands to the lap. Another breath here. Feel yourself slowing down. And slowly you can open the eyes, keep a soft gaze. Bring the feet to the floor for one-legged windshield wipers, letting the feet go wider than the hips, and leaning back on the hands. So if you're sitting up high, you might be on the fingertips with the palms lifted off the floor. If you're sitting lower down, you might have the palms flat on the ground, your choice. And then dropping one knee in at a time. So it's not about touching the knee to the floor. It's just about gently releasing the hip. You might feel this in the low back. So a few of these one-legged windshield wipers, notice I'm moving one leg at a time. Keep the heart elevated. And then the knees point upright, going into our first restorative. So we will be doing this one seated. You'll bring the soles of the feet together, coming into seated bound angle. So you'll support the outer edges of the legs. Okay, soles of the feet touching, legs are dropping open, the knees away from each other. You can rest the hands on the knees without trying to push the knees down. You can rest the hands at the ankles as long as the heart stays elevated. Top of the head aligned over the heart. We'll be here for about 2 to 3 minutes. So letting the knees be heavy into the support. Deep breath in. You can close the eyes. Let the breath go. And stay here. few more deep breaths here. And slowly open the eyes, soft gaze, draw the knees together as if closing a book, separate the feet. Again, one-legged windshield wipers, support yourself as needed. Once more to each side. And then taking a wide-legged forward fold. If you need to stay up this high on the blankets, you just want to make sure that when you open the legs out wide, that you're able to put support underneath the knees. If you want to bring yourself down a notch, go ahead and adjust now. And you want to be bringing the back of the heels to the floor. And I always recommend, especially for restorative, little bit of support at least underneath the knees. That can make it a lot easier on the low back and the hamstrings. So if you have really tight hamstrings, you might be making a little bit of a higher support under the knees. So take your time. Once you're there, adjusting your glutes, the muscles of your buttocks, kind of moving them out from underneath the sitting bones so you can really root down through the sitting bones, sitting up tall. And then wiggle the toes, point and flex the feet. And then toes point upright. Now, if this is enough for your body, you'll stay here. Otherwise, going into the fold, you can use your hands at the hips, gently tilt the pelvis forward so your weight's on the front end of the sitting bones. Hands go to the floor. Draw the shoulder blades together. Now, depending on if you have extra pillows, you can put pillows here. Excuse me. You can put pillows here underneath the chest, right? So if I had the pillow, I would do something like this, or resting onto one of my ears. So it's going to be a little bit of creativity here from person to person. It's going to be a little bit different, but you want to support an elongated spine and taking a position where you can relax in. If you're just here for the next 2 to 3 minutes and using your hands, and that feels okay for you, that's fine. You can stay here. Take another moment to settle into the shape. If legs open wide doesn't work, you can always bring the legs straight out in front of you, put support under the knees. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Another deep breath in. Let it go. Take a few more breaths here. Sigh if you need to. And slowly walk the hands in towards the body, sitting upright. Another breath here. If you have any props in front of you, you can move them off to the side and place your hands underneath the back of the knees, helping to bend the knees, placing the feet down again for one-legged windshield wipers, dropping one knee in at a time. About 2 more times on each side. When that feels complete for you, bring the feet in closer, sit up tall. Take a full breath here. From here, we descend down to the ground, setting up for Yoga Nidra. So it's our yogic sleep. You'll want to set yourself up in a position that you can be in for about 30 to 35 minutes without moving. Now, if you need to move during Yoga Nidra, that's fine. You can just make it really mindful. So I recommend start by laying flat on the ground. If you know that doesn't work for you, then put support under the knees. And if you want to stack that support under the knees, if you have pillows, you can do that. You can elevate the legs, especially if you have any achiness in the low back. You might also find it helpful to have some support underneath the head and cover up in your favorite blanket. If lying flat on your back doesn't work and you need a little bit more softness, you can take one of your blankets or towels, fold it into a shape that looks like this, and place that lengthwise behind you. And that can be stacked. You can do more than one. And then your buttocks is on the floor. You'll use your hands to bring yourself down. So my glutes are on the ground, my back, the back of my head supported by that blanket. You can roll the back end of the blanket in underneath the head if you have that availability with the length of the blanket. You could put a little pillow there or maybe another blanket underneath. And then put support under the knees. Again, you can build that up with pillows. You can put a blanket across the hips and cover up in a blanket. It's not uncommon to feel cold during Yoga Nidra, but for the body temperature to drop. So if you tend to run cold already, then you'll want to definitely cover up or have at least a blanket next to you. This is a good time to put on your eye pillow, make any other adjustments so that you're as comfortable as you can be. If this doesn't work for you either, elevating the legs, being on your back, you can also roll over to your comfortable side and take a side lying Shavasana. You can put support between the knees, maybe keeping that blanket underneath the body and then supporting your head. So again, trying to choose a position that you can be in for about 30 to 35 minutes if possible. So take another minute or two, setting yourself up. Get as comfortable as you can get. And you'll hear me pull in the bowls. Okay, so at the end, when you do hear the bowls, that can be your cue to readjust your position if needed. That will be at the end of the Yoga Nidra. And you can also just remain still. Okay, so anything else, go ahead and make that adjustment now. When you're ready, take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Another deep breath in. Let it go. Allow yourself now to be still. Let go of all thoughts, worry, and tension. Give yourself fully to a higher power. Relax, trust, and let go. Once more, breathe in fully. And exhale with a deep sigh. Let go even more. And feel a deep sense of contentment and peace in your heart. Now bring your intention into your awareness. I love and accept myself totally as I am. I love and accept myself totally as I am. Trust that whatever needs to happen will happen spontaneously and effortlessly. Let go of any effort to make anything happen. Now bring your attention to the face. And with your next exhalation, allow all expression to drop from the face. Releasing the tiny muscles around the eyes, allowing the eyeballs to rest back in their sockets. Releasing the tiny muscles around the mouth and behind the ears. The tongue resting in the mouth. The lower jaw gently opening and softening. Allowing the cheeks to soften towards the floor. The scalp resting on the skull. The neck softening and easing. Simply be available to the entire range of sensations in the face and head. Now drop into a sense of your whole bodily presence and embrace this present moment's experience undistorted by what you like or don't like. Let go of what is going. Let come that which is coming. This becomes your connection to Source. Feel your outward attention moving inward. And feel what is present without labels or comments. Feeling more. Thinking less. Allowing the commentary of the mind to dissolve into sensation. Relax. As we enter this next phase of Yoga Nidra, remain as motionless as possible. If you need to move or make an adjustment, do so mindfully, and return to stillness as soon as you are able. Resolve to remain awake, staying in touch with the sound of my voice. And allow your entire body to respond to my words directly and non-mentally. Allow any disturbances, external or internal, to draw you more deeply within. In Yoga Nidra, you enter the subconscious pranic field, the energy field. Let your mind merge and melt into the energy body and go beyond the boundaries of the body and the mind. Now shift from thinking and doing to feeling and being. Do absolutely nothing from now on. Simply relax. Drop into the deepest state of tranquility, stillness, and peace. Your consciousness is now in direct communion with your energy body. From this very relaxed, unified state, follow my guidance as we begin the So-Hum breath. Start by breathing in through the nostrils and guide your breath and attention steadily from the third eye along the spine, ending at the base of the spine. As you exhale, guide your breath and attention upwards along the length of the spine to the third eye between the brows. Continue with this breath. The inhale, you guide your breath and attention from the third eye along the spine, ending at the base of the spine. As you exhale, your breath and attention move upwards along the length of the spine to the third eye. Stay focused and feel the energy follow your attention along the spine. Now we will integrate this breath with the non-vocal sound of So-Hum. With each inhalation, feel the sound of So as the breath flows from the third eye to the base of the spine. With each exhalation, feel the sound of Hum flowing up the base of the spine to the third eye. So-Hum. Remain totally absorbed in the subtle vibration of sound and energy moving along the spine. Sound, breath, sensation, and attention in complete synchronicity. Experience it. Be totally engaged in the sacred presence of that I am. Be deeply engaged, totally absorbed, and completely merge into oneness. That I am. That I am. I am that. So-Hum. Now breathe normally and bring your attention to rest in the third eye. And bathe your whole body and being in the unified experience of the So-Hum sound and breath. Experience the deep stillness extending everywhere. Feel your whole body lying still. Feel safe and comfortable. And give yourself the permission to enter the deepest level of relaxation right now. Let go. Let go even more. Now bring your breath into your awareness. Specifically, the breath is felt in the nostrils. Sense the movement and stillness, the coolness and warmth, or whatever is present. Devote your attention to the range of sensations derived from the breath moving through the nostrils. With your next inhalation, let attention follow the flow of the breath into the nostrils, back into the sinus cavities and down the back of the throat. From here, attention curls forward into the mouth to experience the roof of the mouth, the teeth, the gums, lips, feeling all the experiences as a loosely held field of energy, a nebulous cloud of ever-changing sensations. With your next exhalation, allow attention to move forward and outside of the mouth as it broadens upward to include the upper lip, nose, cheeks. Let attention travel to the eyes, forehead, temples, feeling the sensations in the scalp and down the back of the head. Resting here, relax and feel the various sensations present in the entire head. Notice how this mini galaxy of sensations arises in an unbounded space, effortlessly present to all that is within it. Relax into and as this space, perfectly open, and allowing of all experiences arising in the area of the head. Inhale slowly and softly, guide attention to the pit of the throat. Simply relax into the experience present at the pit of the throat. Allow attention to flow outward along the collarbones to the shoulders and down along the arms, wrists, palms, and fingers. Relax here and remain available to the experience, not looking for anything in particular. Simply remain relaxed and receptive to what is, whether that is something or nothing. Allow focus to broaden, to include the torso, and move attention down the torso to the pubic bone in the front, the tailbone in the back, until the entire torso, shoulders, and arms are bathed in an evenly hovering awareness. Now notice how the entire experience of the torso and arms is yet another galaxy of sensations, floating in a vast and boundless field of awareness. Draw attention to these surrounding spaces and be the space in which this experience is happening. Let go. Be vast in the spaciousness. Release attention down into the bowl of the pelvis, behind the pubic bone in the front, to the sacrum in the back. Feeling the sensations and spaciousness present in the front of the hip creases, the buttocks, the area of the groins, and everywhere in and around the pelvic girdle. Allow attention to fill the thighs, knees, shins, ankles, and feet, the entire lower body, pelvis, legs, and feet bathed in awareness. Relax into and as the space in which experience arises. Now allow a blanket of attention to cover the feet, ankles, shins, thighs, and hips. A blanket of attention covering the belly, chest, arms, and head. Breathe and experience the entirety of the body. Every sensation and every cell felt simultaneously and equally. Notice how this experience and the experience of the entire body is happening in a vast, boundless field of evenly hovering awareness. Relax as that space, boundless and free. Just be. Now feel as if you are a seed planted in the soil. It is dark, moist, and cool. You know that you are here to experience the sun. You can feel its warmth and energy penetrating through the soil, showing you which direction to go. You send out a tiny shoot, breaking the surface of the ground above, at the same time sending roots down, deep into the earth for support and nourishment. Feel yourself growing upwards towards the light of the sun, higher and higher, bursting forth into your full expression as a tree. See the tree that you are. You don't need to compare yourself with other trees, for you are incomparably unique as you are. You are you, standing fully now in yourself as you are. Feel yourself expressing your full potential as a tree, alive, vibrant, full of life-giving energy. The light that made you emanates from within you. The more you embrace the tree that you are, the more that light shines through you. Bring your attention to the center between your eyebrows. Here there remains nothing to do or achieve, as you have entered the domain of grace. In this domain of integration, you are witness of all that is happening, but doing nothing to make it happen. All that can never be done by your doing can happen only in the non-doing presence of your being. Feel completely safe and comfortable as you hand yourself over to the power and protection of presence. Feel it. Experience it. Be it. Hand over all fear, apprehension, and anxiety about all that you want to change, control, and manage. Let go of all doing and replace it with trust, faith, in the higher power. Let your mind merge and melt into the presence and enter the sanctuary of silence. Here, your intention and your affirmations are actualized and fulfilled with effortless ease. Now bring your intention into your awareness. I love and accept myself totally as I am. I love and accept myself totally as I am. I love and accept myself totally as I am. Allow this intention to go to the deepest levels of recognition with no hesitation. Know that your higher self recognizes, honors, and accepts your intention. There is no need for you to do anything about it. Bring your attention back to the center between the eyebrows and feel all the energies of your body from all meridians activated, purified, and balanced. All channels are open and the life force is flowing freely, healing the body and calming the mind. Open your heart and feel content. Establish yourself firmly in faith and trust to receive the grace, protection, and guidance of the higher self within you. The more often you go to your source, the easier it will be to return there and the longer you can stay there. Feel the presence of your own spiritual guides surrounding you and blessing you. Accept their blessings and grace. Embody it and spread it wherever you go. Now you have prepared the base from where you can carry out interactions with life and interpersonal relationships with the integrative power of love and source within. You are the emissary of light and love. Carry it everywhere you go and to everyone you meet. Return to the third eye where energies from all the meridians come into deep unification, integration, harmony, and balance. Establish a whole new relationship with reality regardless of how it begins to show up in your life. Keep your heart open to all conditions. At this time, feel the presence of any guides, mentors, teachers, or family members you feel connected to. You may sense this as a universal force or energy surrounding you, guiding you. Know that this presence surrounds you always. You can draw upon it at any time. If there is any guidance to be received at this time, either as a felt sense, words, or images, allow yourself to receive it now. Otherwise, simply rest back in the grace and protection of presence. Now begin to become aware of the rising and falling of the breath. Slowly feel yourself beginning to rise to the surface of awareness. Sense the body resting. Feel the quality of the air as it touches the skin. You may remain as you are, or keeping the eyes closed, you can gradually move and turn over onto your comfortable side in the fetal position. Bring your intention into your awareness once again. I love and accept myself totally as I am. Every time that you find yourself in reaction, you are empowered to replace it with your intention. Regardless of what you consciously recognize that has or has not changed, know that something deep within you has shifted to connect you with your intention. Become aware of your body and bring a deep sense of peace and contentment with you as you bring your attention back to the body. When you feel ready, use the strength of your hands, your arms to press yourself up to seated. Try to still keep the eyes closed. Once seated, deepen the breath. Take a moment to think about if there's anything that you can do for yourself to show more love to yourself. This practice counts. But is there anything else? We bring the hands together at heart center. And with gratitude, we'll close with a single sound of Om. Receive your breath. Om. Bowing head to heart in honor of each other, ourselves, and this practice. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself, sharing this practice energetically with each other. It's an honor to guide you today. Namaste.